Baba Shuaib, the correctional officer, born in Accra, Ghana, a Quranic researcher and a critical thinker based on religion, who does online lectures based on the guidance of the Quran on platforms such as Facebook, YouTube and TikTok since 2018. In Finland, and 13 years, QBE, in Classical Arabic and MSA in Quranic Arabic. The author of the Refer to the Quran, which helps every novice to understand the steps towards understanding the Great Quran and the guidance of God in it.
Time to rise and meet the challenge. Baba Shuaib is calling you out. Meet Baba Shuaib, a correctional officer with a mission. Today he's throwing down the gauntlet to the mushriks, no more holding back. With his logo shirt and cap, Baba Shuaib sits tall and confident. He says, the time for action is now. It's time to rise, to push past limits, and to become the best versions of ourselves. Baba Shuaib believes in the power of determination and resilience. His challenge is simple. Stand up, face your fears, and conquer them. Every day is a new opportunity, he says. An opportunity to grow stronger, to be better, and to leave a mark on the world. So, are you ready to accept Baba Shuaib's challenge? Are you ready to rise above and beyond? Join Baba Shuaib and let's show the world what we're made of, because the only limit is the one you set for yourself.
Mash up the deen, mash up the deen. They might hijack the surahs and all that's between. Oh, no sense of sabah or the unseen, preferring hadith to embrace the obscene. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When the Holy Quran came into existence, the messenger was met with mass resistance. They couldn't believe his unrelenting persistence. A fully detailed book with overall consistency. This didn't stop them from transgression. Whenever the Quran would get a mention, when the time came for Quran court in session, the people were held to account and detention. Mention Allah in the book alone, a version. Mention hadith, scriptures, conversion. Prioritize man's indulgence, perversion. Base the deen on hadith, corruption. Today the Islamic Ummah is polluted. The people of the book remain convoluted. The victimized women of Islam are muted. The Quran alone people are disputed. The true defenders of Islam are few and far to one fight. Sunan ibn Majah, hadith devotees follow Lucifer. Get prepared for the correctional officer. Mash up the deen, mash up the deen. Polluting the minds of the mu'minin. Proclaiming no hope for the alamin. Perverting the sirat al-mustaqim. So much for the millet of Ibrahim. Amani. So much for the millet of Ibrahim. Amani. Mash up the deen, mash up the deen. They might hijack the surahs and all that's between. Oh, no sense of sabah or the unseen, preferring hadith to embrace the obscene. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When the Holy Quran came into existence, the messenger was met with mass resistance. They couldn't believe his unrelenting persistence. persistence. A fully detailed book with overall consistency. This didn't stop them from transgression. Whenever the Quran would get some mention. When the time came for Quran court in session, the people were held to account and detention. Mention Allah in the book alone, a version. Mention hadith, scriptures, conversion. Prioritize man's indulgence, perversion. Base the deen on hadith, corruption. Today the Islamic Ummah is polluted. The people of the book remain convoluted. The victimized women of Islam are muted. The Quran alone people are disputed. The true defenders of Islam are few and far to one five. Sunan ibn Majah, hadith devotees follow Lucifer. Get prepared for the correctional officer. Mash up the deen, mash up the deen. Polluting the minds of the mu'minin. Proclaiming no hope for the alamin. Perverting the sirat al-mustaqim. So much for the millet of Ibrahim. Amani.
Anyways, today I wanted to talk about a mushrik of the month, which is this guy syfetalk, right? I wanted to talk about him, but I'll be playing a video from this lady, Brigitte. Is it Brigitte Gabriel? Her name is Brigitte Gabriel. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, right? But of course, it depends where you're coming from and type of accent you're using to pronounce that name. Brigitte Gabriel, a lot of people, I know most of you will know her. She's a Lebanese American conservative activist, author, and a public speaker known for her outspoken views on Islam and national security, right? So she's based in the United States, right? If you have seen a lot of her videos, she's very energetic and she speaks boldly against Islam. But I wouldn't say she speaks against Islam. She speaks against the mushrik version of Islam. Peace. Rachel Green, you're welcome. Peace to you. Right? It is the mushrik version of Islam she speaks against, not the real Islam. Because there is a misconception and a misunderstanding, right? So I'll be talking about her before I go. But before I go on, there is this brother who had the prostate cancer. Just a second. So there is this brother who has a prostate cancer in Nigeria. His name is Brother Abdul Salam, right? Whom I put in the care of Brother Ismaila Ohiere, also based in Nigeria, who actually reached out to me concerning how we can find the means to help the brother in Nigeria. So far, we have gotten enough money to start with the process. And he says, Salam, I was in the village as at last Friday for Brother Abdul Salam's case, and alhamdulillah, his treatment started immediately. I just got back to Lokoja Monday evening with serious fever, and so was unable to get back to you, sir. I was told this morning that the catheter fixed on him had already been removed, and there is improvement already. May your care and sacrifice be rewarded abundantly. So this all goes to the people who actually showed their support in order for us to get the things right, so that the person Abdul Salam can be taken care of. So initially the treatment has started, right? I think yes, some of the help given afterwards will go for his feeding, and maybe if possibly we might try to get him a new phone, because during the process before I got the notification about his sickness, I think he has to sell his own mobile phone in order to you know, try to sustain himself at that time during the treatment. So but thankfully we were able to get the amount demanded by the doctor. We gave it. The treatment has started. We were able to provide some food items prior to the treatment. And I think all we need now is hopefully he's going to get better. All we need is to just get some food items that we can just give him and the family. And maybe if possible, we can give some upkeep money. You know, when a person has to go through sickness, it is different, unlike in the Western world where you can take a sick leave and then the government will take charge with social welfare and so on. In Africa, most of the countries in Africa don't have this kind of system in place, right? So this is the dangers involved. If you don't have anybody to look up to, right? And guys, if you could actually remember this brother who is standing as a mediator between myself and Abdul Salam, he himself had accident. That was, I think, last year. He had a car accident whereby your donations was able to help him, and we helped him to come out of the tribulation. And now again, there is another person who happens to accept the Quran alone, to follow the Quran alone, and he also had this prostate cancer. And inshallah, I think the treatment going to be treated is based on the traditional means, whereby it can be done, you know, due process, not like the way people keep saying, go here, go there. So it is a trusted source from my, investigation. So inshallah, this person will recover and then be with us, God willing. So thank you for all those who show the support, and thank you. God bless you once again. Let's go on. Yeah, salute to you, brother Abu Sisi. I see you. Bilal Jibril, thank you all. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this lady, she just happened. I don't know. I love her energy though, but it seems there's a misunderstanding. But I just love the energy she uses, thinking she wants to bring Islam down so bad. But just take a pay attention.
5% of the world Muslim population, you're looking at 180 million to 300 million people dedicated to the destruction of Western civilization. That is as big of the United States. So why should we worry about the radical 15 to 25%?
Now, this statement she just said, there is some truth in that. This statement she just said. But however, it is not directed at Islam. It is not the real Islam who is against the Western civilization. However, UK, the United Kingdom, has already made such a mistake by opening the doors for the hadith mushriks to enter and infiltrate, you know, the system. And they are already demanding what they call the Sharia law, which is not Quranic, which is rather the hadith laws. United Kingdom has already made the mistake. So what these people are looking for is to infiltrate the European system, to enter into the Western world and then destroy it, to bring what they are running away from, the Middle Eastern zone, the same laws they are running away from the Middle Eastern zones. They want the same laws to be implemented in the Western world. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me out. Does it make sense? Just a second. Something just went into my eye. Yeah. This same thing you are running away from the Western world, right? This same thing, from the Middle Eastern zone. You are now coming to the Western world and saying you are demanding Sharia, whilst country like Saudi Arabia is trying to even copy the Western world by giving women their rights to drive, by opening nightclubs, by opening night cinemas, and hey, ladies and gentlemen, I hate this fact that your eyelash goes into your eye. It's the most annoying thing ever. Yeah. So can you imagine implications of this in the West? Yeah. So when you see, salam to you, Momo Zakaria. Guys, just a second. I think this thing entering my eye, if I don't deal with it, it will disturb me. Just a second.
Are you a defensive listener? Like, are your ears tuned for offense? I've emphasized the importance of how the character of a messenger and their delivery can shape the outcome of a conversation. But fairness demands that we look at the other side too, and that's the role of the listener. That while many conversations falter due to careless communicators, misinterpretation can distort an intended meaning just as much as miscommunication does. Defensive listening occurs when someone perceives a comment as an attack even when no harm was delivered. In some cases, a speaker can communicate masterfully and without error, but the listener internalizes the message through a lens of offense for one reason or another. Now, research tells us that we listen at about 25% efficiency. And when you factor in unresolved personal conflict or we project our own adverse life experiences onto a communicator, our ability to hear them diminishes exponentially. Not because the speaker failed, but because we as listeners can warp the message too. Now, it's far easier to blame someone else for mishandling their words than it is to acknowledge when we've mishandled their message. So hear me, listening isn't passive, it is an active responsibility. It requires us to confront our biases and examine our insecurities in order to approach conversations with an openness and a dose of humble vulnerability. So don't be so ready to criticize a messenger's ability to speak without addressing the listener's responsibility to listen.
Yeah. Yeah, I just went and put water in my eye, right? Hey, these people. Abu Suleiman also say, a Sunni jinn put their hair in your eye. Hey. Anyways, let's continue. Salam to all those who are joining. We have Radimon Farouk and yes, thank you, Michael. Exactly. He says, later after the stream, if possible, could you please change the video order of your YouTube playlist podcast to Date published oldest. Date published oldest. I don't understand. Zura Holo, do you mean I should arrange it in such a way that the oldest videos should be up on the list? Is that what you mean? The oldest videos should be up on the list? Yeah. Anyways, let's continue. Let's continue. Yeah. So let me play Brigadier Gabriel's statement, right? Let's continue.
Because it is the radicals that kill.
When we're talking about,
When she said because it's the radicals that kill, is true. The so-called mushrik version of Islam being presented by the sectarians, among them, it is the radicals among them that actually kill. It is true. Salam, Rahim. So people need to understand how to decipher and disengage by separating the notion of the real version of Islam with the Islam being propagated by the sectarians from the Middle Eastern zone. There's a big difference, actually. So there's an internal war. This internal war, because these mushriks define us as a threat, what they are trying to do is to get their people to hate us by calling us kafir, by saying we are murtad. And by the way, when these people call you murtad, it means you left the religion. The last time I checked, we never said we left Islam. We are still part of Islam. As a matter of fact, we are the ones going to sack you, the mushriks, out of Islam. And this is why we are terming you as mushriks. Whether you like it or not, Baba Shuaib will still call you mushriks. Wallahi lazim. Wallahi. I'll justify to you. And that is why Muhammad Hibijibis put my video on his page. Because I call them mushriks and they are offended. No, I will call you mushriks. I know you are watching me and you are watching us. So that mushrik, no. I will not stop. This mushrik in Ghana that I took to court. By the way, we have a court date next month. I took to court. He thinks he thinks I took him to court because of Islam. No, I didn't take you to court because of Islam. I took you to court because of defamation. So go and deal with the defamation first. After, then I'll whip you on your videos after the court, inshallah. But let's deal with the yeah. Let me see. Let's hope. Yeah. Zara Zen. Srem says, is the 5 pillars of Islam mentioned? So what this lady is saying, Brigitte Gabriel, when you listen to the sound of the tone she's using, you can see, like, how will I say, frustration and how will I say, disgust at the same time. She's speaking from a position whereby she can see the worst of what the sectarian version of Islam can do. But in that case, she thinks she's entirely speaking against Islam, which is not the case. No, which is not the case. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put up a verse on the screen. Many a times, Christians and other pagans will take these verses out of context, refusing to check the context itself. They will jump the context and try to justify the means that Islam actually propagates what? Hate, which is not the case. But however, I'm going to put these verses on the screen, then you get to understand what I'm saying. When you go to Quran chapter 2, verse 190, we are going to start reading from 190. Now, what some of the Christians and the pagans do is they will jump from 190. They don't read 190. They will start reading from 192. So this is what the Christians do. They will start reading from 191. This is what some of the Christians and the pagans and so on do against Islam and the atheists, right? So instead of reading context, they leave the subject matter, they leave the context. Yes, salam to you, MJ. They leave the subject matter out. So what they'll do is they'll start from 191, where it says, and kill them wherever you apprehend them. That's not where the context starts. Because if you are talking to any intellectual person who has any iota of intelligence, kill them. Who are them? Who? Who is the them? Read the context and understand. The context starts from 190. There's a context to the statement. So the context says, and fight those who fight you in the way of God, but do not aggress. It means if you are a Muslim, you are a believer, do not be an aggressor. You should rather fight those who are fighting you. That is the statement by God. It's a command by God. And fight those who fight you. Nowhere does God tell in the Quran that Muslims should go and attack people without doing anything to you. No, Quran doesn't propagate that nonsense. So I don't know why people will love taking verses out of context to suit their agenda and think that Islam preaches hate. I swear to God, go and take the Bible, take the Old Testament, and read it very carefully. You'll be disgusted. I'm not joking with you. Go and take the Bible. Take the Old Testament. If you like, ask the AI to tell you the most dangerous verses in the Bible and see what the AI will tell you. And tell the AI to give you a context. I'm serious. You run for your life. And this is why many Christians are saying they don't use the Old Testament anymore, out of their hypocrisy. Then they will still tell you the Old Testament is the Torah. You understand? So what people will do, peace, propagator. What people will do is they will leave the context out. Then they will take the verses which only says kill them, strike their necks, strike their hair. Then they'll say, look, Islam is saying if you should kill people. Hey, where? Take the book and read the context. You are academically inclined. You went to school to earn your certificate, your qualifications. So you don't know context again. You don't know how to read subject matter and see context. So then you have to just take a verse out of its position. Hey. Bible, especially the Old Testament, it even encourages incest. A father sleeping with his daughters. David sleeping with one of his military men's wife. Look at this nonsense, telling you Solomon has 700 wives. This modern day, if even you have two wives, how can you end in peace? And you are telling us Solomon has 700 wives and 300 concubines. For what? For what? No, tell me. What is he going to use them for? 700 wives and 300 concubines. I swear to God, you have 4 wives. Sometimes you even forget their names. Then you are going to have 700 wives for what? No, tell me, for what? But you have all this in the Old Testament. And you compare this nonsense with the book of God. And when we are talking, you go and take verses out of context. And then you say, look, Islam says you should kill them wherever. Where does it say kill them? It says I should fight those who fight me. So it means if you are fighting me to kill me, I can do self-defense. And God has said it several times in the Quran. Look, let me give you some of the examples. Quran chapter 42, verse 40. Listen what God says. Chapter 42, verse 40, God says, and the requital for an offense is an offense like it. But whoever pardons and reconciles, then his reward is with God. That is number 1. Chapter 42, verse 40. Then again, I take you to Quran chapter 16, verse 126. Chapter 16, verse 126. God says, and if you punish, then punish with the like of what you were punished, which means the person you are attacking started first. You didn't start. Whenever God is giving you this laws of retaliation, whoever attacks you first, God gives you the chance to retaliate. You step on my foot, I can step on yours. It's allowed. But I can decide to forgive you, which is normal. You get my point? So then God says, but if you are patient, it will be better for those who are patient. It doesn't mean if you retaliate, you are wrong. No. The better preference is to be patient. But yes, to retaliate, you are still valid. There is nothing wrong with retaliating. I swear to God, sometimes somebody will do you evil. I swear to God, you will never forgive. You want to retaliate. I'm not joking with you. There are people who can close their eyes and do you evil. Wallahi lazim, you will never forgive them. You retaliate. Because the God who created the heavens and the earth himself, there are times he will not forgive you. He will deal with you mercilessly. Seriously. When Pharaoh was calling himself God, look at the end of Pharaoh. What did God do to him? He drowned him. Even regardless of Pharaoh say, hey, I bear witness that the God is the only God of way. God finish him. Go and read Quran chapter 10, verse 90. Start reading from chapter 10, verse 90 to 92 and see. Regardless of Pharaoh saying, hey, I bear witness that you are the God of... No. Today, no, you are not. I'm not any God of you. You are going to die today. So there are days you can't forgive people when they step on your foot. I'm not joking with you. Look, if you like, have the patience of correctional officer, have the patience of who can I give? The patience of Joseph, have the patience of who can I add his patience? You had the patience of the best patient man in the world. There are days you can't forgive even a fly. Let's say you have your favorite drink, and that is your best favorite drink, and that's the last drink left, the whole world. And this stupid fly just came in and fell into your drink. Tell me if you forgive the fly. So let's continue. And so God stipulated all these things to us. And even the people who follow the Old Testament, they know what we call an eye for an eye. Yes, there are times you have to go for the eye. I'm serious. Yeah. Because you need to let people feel the pain of what you went through. This is why God stipulated these laws for us. You need to let people also feel the pain of what you went through, so that they can feel the taste of how it feels like to be in that pain. Yes, there is wisdom in that for people who don't understand. So Quran is not just a book telling you go and fight people just like that randomly. No. Unless if you take the words of God out of context. Yes, we understand. Even the Jews were doing the same because they are the ones who have the Old Testament, right? Look what God says concerning the Jews. Chapter 5, verse 41. So God says, O you messenger, do not be saddened by those who hasten into disbelief among those who have said, we believe with their mouths, while their hearts do not believe. For among the Jews are those who listen to falsehood. They listen to other people who have not come to you. They distort words out of their what? Their places. Or they distort words out of its positions. And then saying, if you are given this, then take it. But if you are not given it, then be careful. But whosoever God intends to test him, thence you can never control anything against God for him. Those are the ones whom God does not intend to purify their heart. For them is a what? Disgrace in the world, and they will have a terrible punishment in the hereafter. Now, the Jews are very good at it. Remember, they are the ones who have the Old Testament, the Tanakh. And that is the book you find all the atrocities there. And that is the same people killing the Gaza people. They are dealing with the Gaza people. Yes, the same people. Now let's continue with the video of the lady, Brigitte Gabriel, right? Okay, let's continue.
Jewish people, we are 15 million around these days. There's close to 2 billion Muslims. And the question is,
who did the counting? Seriously, who does the counting? What do you mean 2 billion? The last time I checked, God says the majority are always kaput. I'm not joking with you. The last time I checked from the Quran, majority are people who are ignorant. Majority are people who don't know the truth. Majority are mushriks. Majority are, you mentioned the worst of things. Majority are number one in that. You are saying Muslims are 2 point whatever. Who did the counting? Ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. Who does the counting? How? Like people who call themselves Muslims, do they have identity card identifying that this is a Muslim on an ID card? Seriously. I'm from Africa, by the way. In Africa, we don't have anything like that, that Muslim. Where is the Muslim card? You just sit here and say 2 billion, just the numbers, they suit you. That's all. What do you mean 2 point? You think it's the football fans where you have to count the spectators in the stadium? What do you mean 2 point? And then this is how you make the mushriks, the Sunnis and the Shia, they are rejoicing and they think they have the numbers.
how are we ever going to be able to learn how to coexist? And is there a possibility that we could resolve our differences peacefully without war, death, carnage, pain, and suffering as we have been seeing?
It's impossible because the elites always are after their money. It's their pockets that bothers them. The elites are the ones, it's like a game of chess. They set the foundation of war, fighting, whatever is going on in the world. The elites are in charge. If you want to understand how the elites are in charge, look how the war between Israel and Iran got stopped by Donald Trump. If you want to understand how the elites are in charge, look how Donald Trump was able to infiltrate and stop the war between Iran and Israel. Yes, the elites, they're the ones who control everything. The elites. I'm serious. So it's not about coexistence. Oh, we don't want fight. Oh, let's live in peace and have. No. The moment the elites sign the paper and then they say, go and kill these bozos, they will go. I'm serious. Throw this missile, they will throw. It is not about coexistence. Israel, do you know how many years the nation of Israel has been there next to Palestine? Since 1948. Start counting. Since 1948, they've been there. Just check. Since the time of Yasser Arafat, they keep fighting. They are going. The fighting keep going. It just keep going. Because the leader elites are in charge. They are the ones who make the decision. Hey, throw it. When Saddam was taken out, was it not President Bush who gave the command? When Gaddafi was taken out, was it not how do you call it? Barack Obama who gave the command? Go and check your history books. The same people who commit the evil, don't let them be the ones telling you the history. Please look from another source. Don't look from the sources of the same people who are doing the evil. This is why when you want to read histories about people like Hitler, Saddam Hussein, Gaddafi, and so on, please don't read from the enemy's perspective. I advise you. Quran chapter 49 verse 6, when an immoral person brings you information or news, please investigate. I'm telling you this for a reason. Don't take news from the enemy's perspective. Yes, Because the idea of the enemy is to always let you look bad. I'm not joking with you.
So listen to this discussion, which I think you may find it very enlightening and truly inspiring, trying to see if there's any way that this all can be resolved. Kindly subscribe to the channel to help us continue on spreading a little bit of light, pushing away a lot of darkness.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace to you all. My name is Saba Ahmed. I'm a law student at American University. I am here to ask you a simple question. I know that we portray Islam and all Muslims as bad, but there's 1.8 billion Muslim followers.
She said, I know that we portray Islam and all Muslims as bad. What kind of statement is that? You portray Islam and all Muslims as bad. What kind of statement is that? Do you think if the Western world actually think Islam and all Muslims are bad, they will open the doors for you people to come in? Is that what you're thinking? That the Western world thinks all Muslims are bad and all Muslims are evil, or Islam is bad? Do you think the Western world will give you the freedom of religion? Do you think they will open the door for you to come in to their world? Now, ladies and gentlemen, tell me, who will clean his house? After cleaning your house, which of you will open the door for death to come in? Please, I repeat. Which of you, after cleaning your house, will open the door for death that you know this is death, to allow the death to come in again? Unless you are a fool. But the reason, the mistake Western world makes is they don't know the difference. When they are bringing people in, they can't tell the difference because their hands is also dirty. The Western world themselves, their hands are also dirty. This is why sometimes they can't tell the difference. When you throw a ball to the wall, it bounces back to you. This is why the Western world is facing the deep shit. So stop thinking they are trying to say Islam is bad. And do you know about KKK? Do you know about the history about the Crusaders and so on? Do you know that the kind of things they've done? Right now, when we are talking about history, we are going to add the Jews of Israel. We are going to add them to history. Netanyahu, he has done, do you see what he has done to Gaza? It will be part of the history. Netanyahu will be classified as one of the most evil people on earth, whether you like it or not. So at the end of the day, he's a Jew. But if you end up speaking against the Jews, they are going to silence you, like they tried to silence Kanye West. Yes, because they control the media. They are in charge. I'm serious. They are in charge. They control the media. They will silence you.
Of Islam. We have 8 million plus Muslim Americans in this country, and I don't see them represented here. But my question is, how can we fight an ideological war with weapons? How can we ever end this war? The jihadist ideology that you talk about, it's an ideology. How can you ever win this thing if you don't address it ideologically?
Great question.
I have a video where Hillary Clinton said they created the Mujahideen. They are the ones who actually created the Taliban and so on. In Africa, we are dealing with what we call the Al-Shabaab and Boko Haram. Where do they get the ammunition from? Who gives it to them? Who? You ask yourself. Who gives them the ammunition? Ask yourself. No, please, ask yourself. The same people who give them the ammunition will tell you these people are terrorists. We are trying to fight them. Where do they get the ammunition? Who gives it to them? You ask yourself. You have been bamboozled. I'm serious. The same Western world are the ones creating the terrorists you are seeing, the ISIS, the whatever. The same Western world are the ones creating it. But because they don't know it will bounce back. After creating, they don't know it will bounce back. Yes. And that's how it bounces back. Huh? Aha. So those same people, this is why I said the elites are the one controlling the wars and everything. The same people who sit on the panel, the same people who sit on the tables to make discussions. Look, when Donald Trump was trying to take out Ibrahim Traore of Burkina, Donald Trump was sending this, how do you call it? Is it Lanley or something? This army commander. Is it Lanley or something? He was sending another black to go and take out Ibrahim Traore. For what? For just rebuilding his country. This is how the elites are. Because they feel like they are in charge. Most of this elite you are looking at, they serve the devil. I'm serious. This is why these people are lucky. God will not give me the kingdom of Suleiman. But not including the 700 wives. No, I don't need that. It's a waste. It's a waste of time. You'll be distracted because every woman will need attention. So it's a so Lanley of African Com. Yes, this was the guy Donald Trump put in place to go and take out Ibrahim Traore. For what? For just rebuilding his country and taking charge of the resources of his country. The elites. This is what they are about. I'm serious. This is why when you say, let's pray for Gaza, let's pray for Palestine. Hey, I stand with Palestine. The elites are looking at you and then thinking, look at the fool. Look at this fool. They think you are wasting your time. Huh? I'm serious. They think you are wasting your time. Yes, Zuleika. So when you go say, hey, I stand with Palestine, I do. Oh my God, the elite is just looking at you on the TV and see who is that fool? Who is this guy? This is a fool. You always watch Donald Trump in the White House when the media, the journalists go to him and they ask him stupid questions. You watch what he tells them. Please, if you have never watched Donald Trump in the White House talking to the media men, please find time today. Watch the videos of Donald Trump in the White House talking to the media men. You will see how he talks to them. He can just tell a media man, you are a fool. Hey, you should be fired. Your job is you are useless. They never take you guys seriously. I'm serious. Because they do what they want. They are there to serve the devil. They don't do what you want. It's what they want, they do. So understand that. If you understand it this way, you stop disturbing yourself. Let's go and protest. Let's go and do. No.
I am so glad you're here, and I am so glad you brought that up because it gives us an opportunity to answer. What I find so amazing is since the beginning of this panel, which we are here about Benghazi attack against our people, not one person mentioned Muslims. We are here against Islam, or we're launching war against Muslims. We are here to discuss how 4 Americans died and what our government is doing. We were not here to bash Muslims. You were the one who brought up the issue about most Muslims, not us. And since you brought it up, allow me to elaborate with my answer. There are 1.2 billion Muslims in the world today.
Who is giving them this number? Look, I was tracing the history of Jews in Europe since 1900s, 1901. When you track the history coming to 1948, it keeps saying 6 million Jews, 6 million Jews, 6 million Jews, 6 million Jews, 6 million Jews. This is how the media controls the narrative. You are saying the 2.2 billion Muslims. Who gave you this number, for God's sake? How do you count that? How come you are not saying 2.2 billion mushriks? Who does the counting? How? What do you mean 2.2? The last time I checked, the Sunnis don't consider the Shias as Muslims. The last time I checked, the Sunnis don't consider us, the Muslims who follow the Quran alone, as Muslims. The last time I checked, Sunnis says everybody is going to hell except they, the Sunnis. So they are the Muslims, according to the Sunnis. So are you saying the Sunnis are 2.2 billion? So which ones are you counting 2.2 billion? I don't understand. Which of the groups? What do you mean 2.2 billion? Where is that nonsense from?
Of course, not all of them are radicals. The majority of them are peaceful people. The radicals are estimated to be between 15 to 25%, according to all intelligence services around the world.
According to all intelligence services around the world. According to all intelligence. Can you imagine this modern day? You have a terrorist group, they have Twitter account, and they have Facebook and YouTube account. No, seriously, what kind of joke is that? How can a terrorist group have a social media account? No, you tell me. How? It's like a comedy, guys. This is a joke. Seriously, if you want to understand, watch movies like Expendables. Has any of you watched Expendables before? Expendables, right? Watch movies like is it Suicide Squad? Watch how they go and take ex-criminals and bring them to use them for an advantage. Watch such movies. Watch movies like Matrix. Matrix, somehow you can watch. Matrix has a different terrain to that. But watch movies like that. And when you are watching, don't just watch because Schwarzenegger has a big gun. Or no, watch to understand the dialogue and understand the plot. They are telling you something that you don't know. These things are the things the elites are using in the world, going like this, and you don't understand. I'm serious.
That leaves 75% of them peaceful people. But when you look at 15 to 25% of the world Muslim population, you're looking at 180 million to 300 million people dedicated to the destruction of Western civilization. That is as big.
No radical Muslims out there want to destroy the Western civilization without the hands of the Western elite themselves. I'm not joking with you. Any radical version of Islamist groups who want to destroy the Western civilization is by the hands of the elites themselves. I'm not joking with you. This is a fact. You can look it up. If you want to know the exact fact about all this, always watch from the Western world the opposition party during elections. Before elections or during elections, always listen to what the opposition party has to say by the incumbent party on power. You get to know certain secrets that they are not telling you. The opposition will reveal everything. When Donald Trump was in opposition, he tells you all the secrets of America. When Hillary Clinton, or between Republican and Democrats, always listen to what they have to say against each other when one of them is on the power and the other is in opposition. They tell you all the secrets, all the terrorist organizations, they tell you everything, but you are not paying attention. You might think it's a joke, right? These people tell you everything, feely in the videos, but you're not paying attention. So when you say the Middle Eastern zones, the Muslims there want to destroy the Western civilization, is by the hands of the Western world themselves.
Of the United States. So why should we worry about the radicals, 15 to 25%? Because it is the radicals that kill. Because it is the radicals that behead and massacre. When you look throughout history, when you look at all the lessons of history, most Germans were peaceful. Yet the Nazis drove the agenda And as a result, 60 million people died. Almost.
Again, she mentioned about the Nazis and she said 60 million people died, just like that. They just mentioned number out of nowhere. I'm serious. Ladies and gentlemen, the war between Iran and Israel, how many people died? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you how the elites control the narrative. Please, somebody should write me the exact figure. The war between Israel and Iran, how many people died? Please, I need somebody write me the exact figure. I'm waiting right now. And you are going to see the confusion. Write me the exact figure of people who died between Iran and Israel. I'm waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, please write me the exact figure of people who died between Israel and Palestine. I just want you to see how they play games with our conscience. Write it down. How many? Somebody says 900 Iranians and 125 Israelis. Is that all you got? Somebody says 950 in Google. I just want you to see how they joke with the numbers. You check. Somebody says 900, right? Somebody says 950. Do you see the big margin? Okay. Next person, write something. Somebody says 1,190, they said. I swear to God, if you understand the media propaganda, you will not be fooled by any news station. I'm not joking with you. They have an agenda and a scheme whereby they plan on what to tell the masses. So they can choose some number and then they will say, you know what, CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, whenever you are telling news about this fight, we want you to just mention 2 million. Just make it 2 million. Don't add, don't reduce. Just say 2 million people died. That's it. This is what we call the media propaganda. They do it. They've been doing it since the 1900s. I'm not joking with you. If you know how to investigate history, Quran chapter 49 verse 6 is telling you when an immoral person brings you news, investigate. Baba Shoaib, I've been investigating since God gave me enlightenment. Please investigate. You see the media propaganda on how they play with your conscience. Do you see the figures she's mentioning? These are the figures they will be generating by the media platforms and telling you exact number, what she's saying. That is just like Yasser Kadi says 310 and something. He says it's the exact number of guys, we have been bamboozled. I'm not joking with you. We've been fooled for so many years. And we are buying into that BS.
14 million in concentration camps, 6 million were Jews. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. When you look at Russia, most Russians were peaceful as well. Yet the Russians were able to kill 20 million people.
Again, just listen to this. Now she mentioned Russia and she mentioned 20. Look, when you say 20 million, I'm based in Finland. Do you know the population of Finland is 6 million? The population of Finland is 6 million, and it's not even exactly up to 6 million yet. Do you see how these people just sit down and mention figures just like that? Do you think killing even 1 million people is a joke? When did this happen? When? Guys, this is how they joke with figures. I'm not joking with you. This is how they play with your conscience. In which civilization did Russia kill people, 20 million people? To just even have, look, some of the smallest countries in Europe, we have Luxembourg, we have Iceland, we have Liechtenstein. They are not even up to 1 million in population. Do you think killing 20 million is a joke? Where? Look, I'm from Ghana. We are only about 30 million now in population. Ghana. 30 million in population. You just sit there and pass on stupid lies to the people. Hey, these people killed 10 million people. They killed 6 million. They killed. Now you are saying Russia killed 20 million where? And buried them where? Hey. Hey. Oh my God.
The peaceful majority were irrelevant. When you look at China, for example, most Chinese were peaceful as well. Yet the Chinese were able to kill 70 million people.
Again, Chinese also killed 70 million people. For what? Where? Guys, I just want you to understand how these people play with our heads. The joke they cause in front of us. But you don't dare question them. You don't question them. This is exactly how the Sunnis and the Shia are joking with your heads by saying nonsensical things and going scot-free. And just till this video ended, nobody questioned her about these figures. Because this is the nonsense. They just want other countries to look evil, to look bad. That's it. Exactly, Brother Imran. Yes. Exactly. They know their sheep would fact check anything they say. Look, ladies and gentlemen, there's a video of this guy. Oh, this guy, I have the video. I forgot where I saved it. This guy, what is his name? This guy, Mark Zuckerberg. Guys, if anybody has seen the video, please let me know. Where he was confessing that somebody can say something factual on Facebook, but the fact check they were using at a point of time, the elite told Mark Zuckerberg that just tell the people that this is a lie, even though the person who wrote the fact is true. But at the time Facebook was using fact checker, they will just tell the people that you are lying. I'm serious. Mark said he was against it, but he couldn't do anything because the elite were in charge. If he tries to challenge them, they will shut down Facebook. What can he do? They will shut down Facebook. Look at TikTok. When they were about to be banned from United States, it only took Donald Trump to say, leave them alone. Hey, leave them alone. That tells you the power these elites have. Donald Trump only had to say, leave them alone. That's it. TikTok is back in the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a joke. I just want you to understand the power the elites have to make decisions. The power they exercise to make decisions. I'm serious. They can wipe out an entire nation with a blink of an eye with just one statement. That's the power they have. So it's not a joke. Yeah, salam, Reverend.
The peaceful majority were irrelevant. When you look at Japan prior to World War II, most Japanese were peaceful as well. Yet Japan was able to butcher its way across Southeast Asia.
When we are talking about Islam, Islam is a religion. When you are talking about nations like Japan, Russia, China, don't equate that with the notion of Islam, because a nation acts on a different agenda than a religion. This is the confusion. I don't understand what the Western world is doing on. The Western world itself is confused. If you're talking about Islam, Islam is not a country, neither is it a nation. Islam is based on faith, group of people based on faith. When you're talking about countries like Japan, China, USA, Russia, you're talking about a nation who acts differently from religion. So don't equate these issues with a religious issue. I don't understand how these Western politicians, their mindset work.
Killing 12 million people, mostly killed with...
Just like that. Accusing Japan of killing 12 million people. Hey, like, yeah. By the time we sleep and wake up, the world population is gone. Hey. 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 You just check how they're counting the numbers. Join those numbers together. I swear to God, the population of the world is done. What do you mean? This kind of numbers you are mentioning, 20 million people, 70. Who does the counting? Who?
Bayonets and shovels. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. On September 11th in the United States, we had 2.3 million Arab Muslims living in the United States. It took 19 hijackers, 19 radicals to bring America down to its knees.
No, it's not possible. I swear to God, it's not possible. United States of America, with the CIA, FBI, and everything, you will do something without them, the elites, knowing? That's a lie. I'm not joking with you. That is a lie. Whoever has watched this movie by this guy, Samuel L. Jackson. What is this name of this movie? I forgot. It's an old movie. They showed how they hijacked the plane to bring down World Trade Center. I forgot the name of the movie, right? Is it Black something? Forgot the name of the movie. I'm serious. You can't just bring America down. 19 people just enter into America and bring it down. Is it Fahrenheit? Is that the name movie? Let me check here. Samuel L. Jackson. No, that's not the movie I'm talking about. There's this movie by Fahrenheit 911. Yeah, I don't know. It could be this movie. But anyways, let me move on with the program. You see, the propaganda being created right in front of you is done in such a way that I have it on my hard disk, but it will distract me if I have to search for it, right? I just want to, yes. Is this Black Hawk, right? Black Hawk Down. I think that's the movie, right? Is it Black Hawk? Let me check. Black Hawk. No, not this one. Not Black Hawk Down. Yeah. Black Hawk Down is a Somalian movie based on the Somalian thing. Let me check. There's this movie with just a second. Samuel L. Jackson. I just want to see the name of the movie. Then people can watch the movie for themselves and see what I'm saying. Let me see. Oh, shoot. How did I forget this movie? I even have it on my hard disk, but I've taken my hard disk, put it somewhere else. So I don't want to get up for it. This movie was, yes, it's called Shaft. Yes, the movie is Shaft. The movie is called Shaft, right? Yes, guys. The movie is called Shaft, and look for the line where they were blaming, oh. Just a second, guys. Is it Shaft? Yes. No, it's not Shaft. Sorry. Yeah, Shaft. Samuel L. Jackson is in Shaft, but it's not Shaft. The movie is Long Kiss Goodnight. Wait. Okay, I found the one I'm looking for. It's Long Kiss Goodnight. So let me put on the screen, right? Watch this part. This part I want you to see. I want you to see this part I want to play, right? Listen to the dialogue. Listen to the dialogue. Where is it? Guys, did you listen to the dialogue? That the part I wanted you to hear. Did you hear what exactly? The name of the movie is Long Kiss Goodnight, 1996. 9/11 foreshadowing. Long Kiss Goodnight, 1996. You can search it on YouTube, and then you write 9/11 foreshadowing. Listen to the dialogue on that part and see how the CIA, whatever, FBI, whatever, they know about everything that takes place before it happens. So it is not just a joke that all of a sudden 19 people can just hijack an aeroplane and then bring World Trade Center down. No, it's not possible. No. I'm going to take the dialogue back. I want you to pay attention to the dialogue strictly. Listen to what they say. Guys, did you hear the dialogue? The movie was the year 1996. And they were talking about the World Trade Center bombings. Listen carefully. World Trade Center happened September 11th, 2001. This movie was Long Kiss Goodnight, and it is in the year 1996. And they are already talking about the World Trade Center bombings and trying to say the CIA arranged it, and then they will blame it on the Muslims. Do you see? Yes, Abu al-Kilab, yes. Aha. So to just say 19 Arabs just came into America, hijacked two aeroplanes to crash the World Trade Center. No. In the eyes of America, and especially when President Bush was sitting down on the throne. Somebody who they threw a shoe. President Bush, he went to Iraq. They threw a shoe. Do you see how he dodged? Did you see how he dodged the shoe? So if he can even dodge a shoe in a close distance, you 19 Arabs will just enter America at that time and go and bomb World Trade Center. Who bought you by mistake? I'm serious. It is an inside job, whether you like it or not. I'm serious. This is not a joke. It's an inside job. No. Come on. America with that high intelligence, CIA, FBI, and so on. You come with 19 people, hijack. What? And not one aeroplane, 2 aeroplanes. Hey, look me very well. You can lie to me like this? No. No. Anyways, let's put the woman aside. I played her video to just show you the propaganda on how they pass on figures and numbers, thinking like nobody questions them, right? And then you pass this narrative around and it becomes the truth in the ears of the people. These are all lies. They create this narrative to control the media. And we just go with the flow. And we are okay with it. No, we should not be okay with it. We should be questioning this. I'm serious. If people can mention the like of Hitler and so on and be pointing fingers at them, why can't you mention the Bill Clintons, Barack Obamas, and then President Bush and pointing fingers also to them? How come nobody is doing that? You can boldly point fingers at the Saddams, Gaddafis, and Hitlers and so on. You don't point fingers at the Trumps and whatever, Bush and Barack Obamas. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, let's wake up. We have been fooled for a long time. I have one video of Nelson Mandela. He says there is no greater terrorist in the world than America in the history of mankind. This is what Nelson Mandela said. Nelson Mandela, who threw the Hiroshima bomb? Check your history books. Who did Hiroshima? Go and check the history of Vietnam. Who killed them? All this. Because the bigger villain controls the news. So nobody talks about it. Anyways, let's go. So let's bring the main character for today. This guy, SYFE Talk. He did a video on this guy, Drevon. He did a video on one guy, this Quran alone follower, and then he did a video also on MFG, right? Now, I just want to show you something that when you are paying attention to somebody like this guy, SYFE guy, there are clues and things you should be looking for when you are listening to them, especially the sectarians. When they are against Quran alone followers, always listen to how they present their arguments. So I'm going to show you how their arguments are flawed. And I'm going to give you the weapons on how to deal with them when you are dealing with them in a one-on-one confrontation, right? So check this.
Barakatuh. Into this video, we're going to respond to this brother who is new to Islam. He posted a video titled, "Why I Will Never Follow the Hadith." And the reasons he gave in the video are very weak. So inshallah, I try my best to clear up some of his doubts and help him understand the verses he brought up in his video. And we pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide him and people like him to Islam as Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam taught us. So ala barakatillah, let's watch the first clip and come back.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I just like the way he talks. Like he talks like Bruce Lee. Like I don't know if he's fighting or something, but I like the way he talks. It's kind of makes me laugh. Yeah, that guy. I don't know his real name, by the way, but SYFE, is he Sife or okay? Anyways, let's go. Do you see the way he made his face in this picture here, down here? On my page, the downside.
Get back quite a bit on how I reverted to Islam, why I came to this conclusion, and what brought me away from the hadith. And I want to say ahead of time, if I was forced to follow hadith, I would just leave the faith entirely and I would practice the Quran alone. I genuinely mean that. If the hadith is forced upon me, I don't want any part of it. Now,
this is not the correct mindset to have, but what you should say is, if hadith is false, you will 100% reject it. But if hadith is right and it's the truth, then you should submit to the truth and follow the hadith. But you...
In the first place, God never asked you to follow the hadith books. That is the question. You see, when you go around the main foundation and you start tolerating their whims and desires, this is where they think they are in charge. They have the power to dictate what you have to do. Drevon says if you are going to impose hadith books on him, then he has nothing to do with Islam. Because the last time he checked in the Quran, nowhere is God telling you to go and follow the hadith books. That is the point. So this guy, SYF, I don't know how to call you even. The Bruce Lee guy. Let me call you Bruce Lee. You look like Bruce Lee anyway. So the Bruce Lee guy is now saying that what Drevon was supposed to say, that if hadith is found to be false, he will reject it. But if it is found to be true, then he has to submit to it. First of all, it has to come from the foundation, which is the Quran. The Quran is the authority. The Quran has to tell us if the hadith is true or false. Then the Quran says we should not follow any other hadith. So that is where the argument ends. But these people like to go around the truth and then present their whims and desires. So I'm going to show you the inconsistency of their arguments when they are presenting their arguments against Quran alone followers. He did this video 3 weeks ago, right? People brought my attention to the video. I said, no, I'll tackle it one by one. So I'm going to show you the loopholes in his argument. By the way, let's go.
Saying you will reject hadith without any condition is a false way of thinking. In fact,
how is it a false way of thinking?
This is the exact definition of blind faith.
Now,
he is now telling us if we reject the hadith, it is blind faith. How? The last time I checked, you, Bruce Lee guy, the hadith you follow, it is your scholars, the dead scholars who actually said it's Sahih. You don't know even how it got to you. Those hadith books. Written, the most popular hadith books on earth being used by the sectarians today is Sahih al-Bukhari. Imam al-Bukhari himself started writing 199 years after the Prophet. Yes, and you claim he started writing when he was 16 years old. This is the dumbest thing I can even hear. 16 years boy starts writing guidance for you to follow. 16 years boy. Ladies and gentlemen, I repeat, 16 years boy writing guidance of hadith books for you to follow. And today we are telling you we reject this nonsense book because they are blind faith. You are now telling us we are rather, when we reject it, we are rather using blind faith. This is reverse psychology. Yes, versatile. Good night. This is rather reverse psychology.
On the other hand, the more I studied the Islamic faith, the better it got. The more I studied the Quran, the more I got attached to it. And then the first time I heard the Quran in Arabic, it touched me and changed my life forever. So my loyalty initially was with the Quran, was with the Word of God, the thing that is flawless, has no mistakes. And this is what brought me to the faith and got me to the point where I was defending it endlessly, immediately, because I knew this was the Word of God. I know this came from God. There is no doubt in my mind that the Quran really is from Allah.
Yes, the Quran is 100% the literal word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And for this reason, people without even understanding the Arabic language, when they hear the Quran being recited, they feel something. That's why many people accepted Islam.
By the way, you can see from here, he's agreeing with Drevon. He's going to use the word but. But. Now, the moment they use the word but, when you're talking to a sectarian and they use the word but, you should know there's a problem. Check.
Just by listening to the Quran. But the issue here is you're trying to accuse.
So now he brought the word but. Then he says, but the issue here is, he's going to accuse him.
Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam of being just a postman who came and gave you the message and left without explaining anything.
Muhammad is a messenger. He delivered the Quran. Quran chapter 7 verse 158. Ya ayyuhan nas, inni rasulullahi ilaykum jamiyan. He says, oh you mankind, I am a messenger of God to you all. Yes, thank you, Brother Imran. No problem. Have a good night. God bless you and your family. Peace. Hey, Brother Damage, I see you. Peace to you, Damage Music Group. You're welcome. Right? Muhammad is a messenger to us all. What made him a messenger? The Quran. Has he delivered it? Yes. Have we received it? Yes. The assignment is done. What else do you need him for? He's dead and gone. They think when we say Muhammad is a postman, they think we are insulting him when we say he's a postman. Yes, he's a postman. He's a delivery man. He delivered the Quran. Yes, that is what he is. He is a postman, which is to deliver a post. And he delivered it. And that's why he's gone. The most important thing is, have we received the package? Yes. The reason why these people will be abandoned on the day of judgment by the messenger is because when you read Quran chapter 25 verse 30, the messenger himself will say, Qala Rasuli ya Rabbi, inna qawmi takhazu hadha al-Qur'ana ajura. He will say, my Lord, my people have taken this Quran as abandoned. Yes. Because his people abandoned what he delivered. We decided not to abandon what he delivered. So yes, he's a postman. He's a delivery man. He delivered the message. We have it. What else do we need him for? He's dead and gone. Why is this so big for mushriks to understand this statement? I did 2 dialogues with mushriks on TikTok. I'll be posting the videos this coming week. You will see it on my channel, my YouTube channel. You are going to enjoy the conversation. You will see what we call low deficiency in IQ when it comes to the sectarians. They think they are smart, but they are like parrots, just repeating what their dead scholars tell them. That's all. They don't know how to use the iota of their intelligence. And I'm going to prove that to you. So check his statement here.
is the insult toward the Prophet ﷺ that hadith rejectors say without even paying attention.
The first time I started doubting the hadith, it was before I even studied it, which I will admit isn't really fair, right? Having doubts in something that you haven't looked into before isn't right. You should always study something before you doubt it. But this came through an argument on Twitter, right? A dumb, silly X or Twitter argument with people that were just attacking me left and right using crazy, wild hadith quotes. And it got to the point where I just kept telling them, like, show me in the Quran where it says these things. Show me in the Quran where it disrespects the prophets. These hadith that they were referring to was very, very disrespectful to the prophets, and I know Islam does not do anything to disrespect them.
Many of the hadith rejectors reject hadith because of emotional arguments. Because
What kind of stupid statement is that? He said we reject hadith because of emotional argument. What Rava was saying is not based on emotions. He says it doesn't make sense. He's using intellect to assess what is being told to him. And he says, no, it disrespects the prophet. How is that emotional? He is checking logically and saying, no, there's no way this hadith can be attributed to the prophet. And then you are saying most hadith rejectors do so based on emotional. Oh my God. Is he married? That guy, does he have is he married anyway?
they don't have an answer or don't understand the specific hadith, instead of trying to understand, they reject everything. And by the way, I can do the exact same thing.
The prophet married a 6-year-old girl. I'm trying to understand it. He married a 6-year-old girl. And he slept with her when she was 9 years old. According to Sahih al-Bukhari, 5,134. So now I'm trying to understand it. He says, instead of trying to understand, okay, I want to understand it. So he married her a 6-year-old girl, and he slept with her when she was 9 years old girl. Does she even know how to cook? Because according to the hadith, she was playing with toys at that age still. Does she even know how to do anything? If she has, why? I'm trying to understand. According to this Bruce Lee guy's logic, instead of trying to understand, he married a 6-year-old girl, and he slept with her 9 years older. My daughter is 9 years old girl. A lot of things I still do it for her. She can't do it for herself. A lot of things. Now you are going to marry 9 years old. No, he married 6-year-old girl, and he started sleeping with her 9 years old. Hey, I want to understand. It doesn't work. It will not work. Oh, it will not work. It will not work. No. What is wrong with these mushriks? What am I trying to understand in this?
With the Quran, I can bring you a verse, specifically a fighting verse, that without hadith or the reason of revelation of such verse, you will be in a big trouble. That's why.
Oh my God. This guy is just. I'm looking at him as like a comedian. The Quran deals with the subject and context. Read the subject and read the context and see what is being discussed. If you don't understand, find somebody who is more knowledgeable than you on that particular subject. That's what. Then to help you understand. That's it. That's it. And this kind of people will not go facing people like me. No. He will not do that. I swear to God, I tell you, this kind of people will not dare accept to face people like us. Unless going to the layman. They will go to the layman. Yes, that his eyes. Yes, that is a Bruce Lee eye. They will go to the layman, and then they think they have arguments. This is what I don't understand.
Hadith and Quran go hand in hand.
This is what their scholars have been repeating, and these people repeat like parrots. Hadith and Quran go hand in hand. Hey, mushriks. So we take the hadith where it says the prophet married a 6-year-old girl. We are going to check if it goes hand in hand. So the prophet married a 6-year-old girl and he slept with her at the age of 9 years. If it goes hand in hand, we should find it in the Quran, right? Yet we don't find where Quran says the prophet married a girl. We don't find where it says he married a lady called Aisha. We don't find where it says he slept with a lady at 9 years old. We don't find it. Nowhere to be found. But you say it goes hand in hand. In which sense? Where is the logic between the hand in hand you are talking about? How and where? I can't think far. How do these people reason? No, how do their brains work? How does it go hand in hand? In which sense? Sasha 88. I can't join you on the game. I'm teaching, please. You are sending me a request for co-host. Unfortunately, I can't join you on this co-host, please. So tell me, if you say the hadith and the Quran go hand in hand, how?
Because without hadith, you may end up taking a specific verse about a specific issue at a certain time and apply it in general. And this,
you see, because of the way their brains work, and their brain is from Temu and AliExpress, because their brains are from AliExpress and Temu, they think we also have the same type of brain. These people, literally, when the Quran says something, they will twist it and tell you it means this. If the Quran says Sunnah, they will say it means something else. If the Quran says Hikmah, they will say it means Sunnah. If the Quran says, how will I say? Whatever the Quran says, they will just say something else. You understand? Thank you, General Queen Munira. Thank you. They will just say something else instead of just, oh my God, my God, my God, my God. According to them, Hikmah is the Hadith books. The Hadith books is Hikmah. You find, hey, oh Allah. This, okay. So based on their logic, when they don't understand something from the Quran, they think similarly we also don't understand, right? So let's continue and listen to what he's saying.
this is a very dangerous thing to do.
Now, on top of that, every time I get attacked from inside the community, it's people who follow the hadith and follow it to a point where they put it above the Quran. I've been told multiple times that the Quran needs the hadith. This is completely contradictory. The Quran is fully explained. It is telling us this in many different verses. Now,
And inshallah, I'll make sure to respond to all the verses he will bring. But for example, if I ask him what Alif Lam Mim means in the Quran,
This is some of the dumbest questions they will be asking you. Alif, Lam, Mim. They will ask you, what does it mean? Even their scholars don't know what it means. If you go to Qurtubi, it means something else. If you go to Ibn Kathir, it means something else. If you go to Bagawi, it means something else. If you go to Sadi, it means something else. If you go to, you mentioned them, Jalalain, Tabari, and so on, it means something else. Alif Lam. Their scholars don't even agree. These same mushriks will tell you the Prophet Muhammad is the best mufassir of the Quran. So according to them, the Prophet Muhammad has already explained the Quran. Ladies and gentlemen, please, any mushrik you find next to you, ask him, what did the Prophet Muhammad explain Alif Lam Mim to mean? The Prophet Muhammad himself doesn't know the meaning. But yet their scholars know the meaning. God literally just mentioned alphabet. If you want to understand, read Quran chapter 27 verse 1. God says Tasin, then he says Tilka ayatul Quran wa kitabi mubin. He's telling you these are the signs. When we say the word ayah, It can mean a symbol. It can mean a sign. It can mean a miracle. It can mean a wonder. It can mean a verse. But in that context, it means signs. So God says these are signs of the Quran and a clear book. That is it. So when you see Alif Lam Mim, it's a sign. They are the signs, symbols of the book. What else? It's just like asking somebody, what does ABCD mean? ABCD means alphabet. What else do you want ABCD to mean? Oh, it means God put some secrets behind the A, and the A is equal to your brain, and then the B is equal to the water, and then the C is equal to flying horses. Hey, why? Why? Why do you want to stress yourself when God is making your life easy? Why? I'm going to show you the comedy. You listen to him, and he is going to quote his scholars concerning what Alif Lam Mim means. You see the foolishness. You watch.
And or what's the wisdom behind it? He will have no idea. What is the wisdom behind al-huruf al-muqatta'a? If according to you the Quran explains everything in the Quran and we don't need anything outside of it, then please tell us, how do you understand Alif Lam Mim or Kaf Ha Ya Ain Sad?
They are just signs of the book, that's all. They are just alphabets, signs of the book. Those alphabets you find up upon every chapter. In the unique sense, God wants you to understand this is a book coming from him. You will never find a book coming from a human being writing alphabets, A, B, C on top, A, B, C, and Y, Z. No human being does that. But because it's coming from God, it has to be written in a unique form. It has to be in a different format. This is why people are bamboozled. They are like, why are you just mentioning alphabets as verse 1, as verse 2? Why alphabets? They are just symbols of the book. Those same alphabet you see over all the chapters, most of the chapters, are the same alphabet used to write the letters in Arabic. What else do you need? They are just alphabets. They are symbols of the book. What is wrong with the human being? No, not the human being. The mushrik being.
You say you don't know their meaning or the wisdom behind them, then you contradicted yourself, and you are not able to understand everything in the Quran using only the Quran. And if you say you know, then bring your proof if you are truthful. But you know, and I know, that you have no clue what these letters mean or the wisdom behind them.
Guys, you see how he's speaking as if he knows the meaning? At the end of the video, you are going to see his foolishness. He himself doesn't know the meaning. Do you see how he's speaking with authority, as if he knows the meaning, right? Okay, he's going to expose himself. You watch.
Relying only on the Quran.
Now, I have a couple verses pulled up. I will pop them up on screen as well. I know some people are going to argue that the translation is wrong. I've gone through this very deeply, and I've pulled up multiple translations. There's tons of very good websites that translate Arabic. And I look at all the different translations through multiple different scholars, and what I do is I take the truth as the center. I look at all these translations and I see what is the consistency between every single one of them, and that's what I base this off of. So it's not just like picking one or the other. I look at all of them and then I take the similarities and say like, okay, this part has to be true because everybody who's translated it said these things. Now the first one is chapter 11, first verse. The first verse in the 11th chapter explains this. And this was the first verse, ironically, that really stood out to me, that kind of pushed me in this direction as well. And I'll pull up the exact thing that I'm referencing, but essentially what it says is that the book is fully perfected, that the Quran is in perfect detail. In other words, fully explained. Now this was weird to me because it's like, okay, if the word of God is fully explained, meaning it doesn't need any explanation, what is the purpose of hadith? And a lot of the people, every time I've heard, they've always just told me the hadith explains how, or explains this, or explains why. And it's an explanation or a teaching to the Quran. But that doesn't make any sense when the Quran is saying it's fully explained. Now,
inshallah, like we always do, let's bring up the verse and read it for ourselves. ألف لام را كتاب أحكمت آياته ثم فصلت من لدن حكيم خبير.
That is chapter 11, verse 1. And I'm going to show you what he's going to do, because this is how all the Sunnis have been programmed to do. So check what he's going to do.
Alif Lam Ra, this is a book whose verses are well perfected and then fully explained. It is from the one who is all wise, all aware. According to him, the Quran.
So after reading the verses clearly by their own translated, which is Quran.com, by the Sunnis themselves, look what he's going to do. Even though Drevon read this verse and he agrees with the translation, check what this guy, Bruce Lee, is going to do.
And is fully explained, so we don't need hadith. Then, using the Quran only, what does Alif Lam Ra mean? I'm sorry, but you have no idea what these letters mean or the wisdom behind them. But inshallah, let me help you. These letters are a way for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to challenge the disbelievers to use the same Arabic letters and bring something like the Quran. Because at the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the Arab pagans were trying to claim that the Quran is magic. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding them that the Quran is made from the Arabic letters that they understand, but using these same letters, they can't make something like the Quran. So these letters are part of the inimitability challenge of the Quran. You wouldn't know that because you reject hadith and what the companions radiallahu anhum and the Salaf taught us. And by the
Ladies and gentlemen, before he mentioned anything about this verse, didn't he ask what does it mean? And all the heebie-jeebies or the gibberish he just said, does it still explain what Alif Lam Ra means? Now, what kind of brain do these people have? Seriously, I don't know. Oh my God. What kind of brain is he using? I thought he's going to show us the meaning of what Alif Lam Ra means. What did he just do? I want to know what these guys tell their wives when they are at home with their wives together. Seriously, I just don't understand what kind of communication they have with their wives at home. Seriously. Because there's no way two people can just be boring at conversation at home. No, I want to understand what these people tell their wives at home. It's very important to me. Seriously. Check what he's going to do to make it worse. You check what he's going to do. He doesn't have brain of his own. So watch what he's going to do.
Wait, this explanation isn't from my own head. This is Tafsir al-Qur'an.
Ladies and gentlemen, now he's going to give an explanation, and he said this explanation isn't from my own head. So that is why I tell you, mushriks, their brains are coming from AliExpress and Temu. They've been told by their scholars not to use their head. That brain that God gave them, it is forbidden according to the Sunnis, the Shia, and so on. It's forbidden to use. I didn't say it. Listen, he said it himself. Look.
From the Arabic letters that they understand, but using these same letters, they can't make something like the Quran. So these letters are part of the inimitability challenge of the Quran. You wouldn't know that because you reject hadith and what the companions radiallahu anhum and the Salaf taught us. And by the way, this explanation isn't from my own head. This is the...
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, this explanation he is going to give, he said it is not from his own head. Hey, Allah, this mushrik. I don't know how they think they are making sense. Let's continue.
Taught us. And by the way, this explanation isn't from my own head. This is Tafsir al-Qurtubi rahimahullah.
So now he is going to quote the tafsir of Qurtubi, somebody who never met the Prophet. These same mushriks, they say the Prophet is the best explainer of the Quran. Now he jumps over from the Quran and the Prophet. He jumps over from Tabari. He jumps over from Ibn Abbas. He jumps over to anybody and he goes to Qurtubi. He went to a 13th century scholar. Whilst the Prophet was in the 7th century, he jumped to a 13th century scholar to now explain to him what Alif Lam Mim means. And to make it worse, then this Bruce Lee said he's not going to use his own head because he doesn't have the head anyway. The one he has is from AliExpress and Temu. How can he use it? Hey! So this is the kind of games when they play these games, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why I'm playing this Archer video, Salam Liman Imrana, is to show you that you stop him. You say, hey, Oga, Bruce Lee, wait. Where is the explanation of the Prophet? Yes, stop him. When he goes to Qurtubi, just stop him. Say, hey, oya, tranquilo. Where is the explanation of the Prophet that Alif Lam Mim means? I just want to know. Tell me what the Prophet said. I don't want to hear Qurtubi, Ibn Abbas, anybody. I don't want to hear. Hey, Salam Maryam. I don't want to hear what anybody has to say. Please stop this Bruce Lee guy. Ask him, where is the explanation of the Prophet? What did the Prophet say concerning this verse? I swear to God, this is where everything he has learned is going to crumble. Boom. They don't have an answer for that. Anybody who watched my dialogue last week when I did the live stream, there's a guy from Nigeria who came on my live stream. When I told him to bring the explanation of the Prophet, you all saw how he was shaking. He couldn't bring me an explanation. I mentioned a verse and I said, bring me the explanation of the Prophet. You guys said, Prophet Muhammad is the best mufassir of the Quran, right? He said, yes. And I said, okay, I don't need tafsir from anybody. Bring me that of the Prophet. He doesn't have it. And guess what? I silenced him. He couldn't talk. And that's how the guy left. I said that video will be coming to YouTube very soon. I'll paste it on YouTube. You watch the dialogue. It's almost about 30, 40 minutes. I'll put it. You are going to watch it. Baba Shuaib is only here to teach you how to have dialogues and interactions with the sectarians. They are empty-headed. They have not been taught how to use their brains. I think there has to be a religious IQ test where people's IQ will be tested in religion, starting with the Sunnis. I'm not joking. I don't know where their brains are, cultivated from. But even if it's Temu or Ali, it should be a good one. Because AliExpress and Temu, sometimes they can give you something nice. But I don't think the mushriks, their brains are even coming from Temu and AliExpress. I'm serious. No problem, Libani brother. Yes, Bagjebi. Yes, that guy.
قطرب والفراء وغيرهما هي إشارة إلى حروف الهجاء أعلم الله بها العرب حين تحداهم بالقرآن أنه مؤتلف من حروف هي التي منها بناء كلامهم ليكون عزهم عنه أبلغ في الحجة عليهم إذ لم يخرج عن كلامهم. قطرب al-Farra and others said it is a reference to the letters of the alphabet. Allah informed the Arabs when he challenged them with the Quran that it is composed of letters from which their own speech is built, so that their inability to produce something like it would be a stronger proof against them, since it did not go beyond the bounds of their own language. So you are forced, whether you like it or not, to turn to other than the Quran to explain the wisdom behind it. So your understanding
Ladies and gentlemen, when he started going to the Qurtubi and quoting the tafasirs of his scholars, that is where I said time out. It's okay, time out. I'm serious. Learn to use the Quran as a dominant force in a discussion, in a dialogue, in an argument. When you are dealing with the sectarians and they always want to quote to you what their scholars said, please stop them. Tell them to bring you the explanation of the Prophet. That is where you seal the argument. I swear to God, they don't have it. Tell them, bring me what the Prophet said concerning this verse. That's all I need. I don't need what anybody said. I swear to God, that is where you seal the argument. And this is why the sectarians, the mushriks, they are scared to face Baba Shuaib. You mark it on the wall and ask them, Baba Shuaib is available. Come and face him. They are running like the way donkeys and the gazelle are running from the lion. I'm not joking with you. When they are far away and they see me talking, oh, they think of Baba Shuaib. Who is Baba Shuaib? Isn't that the guy who wear like 50 cents? He's wearing a cap and he doesn't know anything. Oh, I can face him. Okay, come and face me. Come. You come. Yes, they want to make Qurtubi more intelligent than the Prophet himself. If you are asking them what the Prophet said concerning this verse, they are going to bring you Qurtubi, Bagawi, Tabari, the book of Malik, Muwatta, and so on. What kind of foolishness is this? What kind of foolishness is this? Tell me what the Prophet said. Then they will start quoting their scholars. What do I need your scholar for? For your scholar who is a mushrik, I don't need him. Bring the explanation of the Prophet and let's see. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put the link. I'm going to invite some guests, especially if some mushriks are in the comment section, Facebook and YouTube. Kindly tell them to hop on. This is the link. I'm going to put it and highlight it. Somebody asked a question earlier from Facebook, YouTube. I'm coming to TikTok. I'll be doing live stream on TikTok, right? So stay tuned. Kindly share. Let other people join, right? I'll be coming to TikTok, right? So that is the link. And let me pinpoint it on. Yes, Mariam. Let me pinpoint it on YouTube, right? So let me go here. Yeah, Salam, who is here? Hello? Hello? Yeah, and also the phone number, my phone number, if you want to call, direct call, the phone number is +358 466 803144. Right? So that is the phone number on the screen, right? Yeah, peace to you, bro. Hello? Malik.
Hello, bro. How are you?
Peace, bro. I'm doing well. How about you?
Not bad. I was quite surprised that I got on so quick. I've only just pressed the button to get in the studio, so that was quite, yeah. I wasn't sure if that was for me.
Can you introduce yourself, bro?
Yeah, so born in the UK to migrants from Kashmir, born in Oxford, born into a Sunni family, Sunni Sufi family, actually. Quite a crazy sort of religious background, because I don't know if people are aware of the kind of things that go on in Kashmir. It's very kind of hocus pocus, voodoo, that kind of thing, pretending to be religion. So yeah, I've been exposed to all of that, and alhamdulillah, Allah's guided me, and it's been a lonely path, and but got out the other end and was guided to Quran alone.
Yeah, that's nice.
But yeah, so
do you have any question for me?
yeah, so basically I'm the kind of person I am. I am quite a deep thinker, and I like to ponder quite a lot. And I love your work and the work of Muhammad from God, and I can see that we're moving in the right direction. However, I'm not sure if most of us are aware of the level of deception that has been put upon us. Me personally, like I said, I come from not just a Sunni family, but I come from a Sunni family who actually, used to partake in all sorts of like dark arts, the occult, and all the rest of it. So it's really bad. But I think there's a lot more to it, whereby there's a deception in little things like failing to translate key words. So, the word Muslim and the word Islam is used quite a lot. But what I see with the word hadith, the hadith is also, instead of saying statements, they say the word hadith. So that's another Arabic word that's again used quite a lot. And obviously the word Allah, which from what I understand is, and correct me if I'm wrong, translates to the God. So when I start dissecting that, and I kind of like lay out two scenarios. Number one, saying, creating a statement that involves the word Muslim or Islam. And then when I translate the words, I see that there's two different perceptions. So if I was to, for example, meet somebody who's not a Muslim and was to try and preach to them and then was to invite them to Islam, they would then ask, what is Islam? Which obviously the sectarian guys, they love to latch onto that, which then takes them to the 5-pillar rule, blah, 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 and the garbage books. Yeah. But if I was to now translate the word Islam, those who submit to Almighty God, then the question is, it takes a totally different thought pathway. Then the question would be, how does a person submit to Almighty God? Which then would lead you to obviously verses like Quran 2177. So then when I go to Quran 2177, which I believe is a very strong verse, which shows you the characteristics of a believer, Allah says, righteousness is not facing east or west, but righteousness is, and then the list is given. When I look at that list, I think, wow, anybody anywhere in the world become a believer in the eyes of Almighty just the moment that they, for example, do a good action and, help people and things like that. So yeah, this is the only thing I wanted to bring to your attention. I know you're a very intelligent person. I know that you do dissect things deeply, and it's something that I wanted to bring to your attention, just to ponder upon that kind of what I believe is a deceptive tactic by using Arabic words when speaking in English or German or anything like that. Because obviously the Quran is for the whole world, right? So that's all it was. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. So hopefully...
I understand your point. I get what you mean. If you go through my translation, many a times I've been consistent with the words and what they mean in English, right? And this is one of the reasons why when I spell Quran, I use K, I don't use Q. And some people don't understand why I do that, because in English, the English version of the word is K. When you're using the Arabic version of the word is Q, Quran, Quran. But when you're using the English version, it's Koran. And people think, oh, why are you using K? It's just the English word of the version of the word. Now, the word Islam is not also an Arabic, it's not an English word, it's an Arabic word. The word Muslim is an Arabic word. The word hijab is an Arabic word. The word hadith is an Arabic word. However, the reason why people like to leave it like that is it stems from the mainstream Muslims. That is the sectarians. They cause that fiction. They cause that traffic there. They normally do that so that you can depend on them for the meaning that they have coined. Because they coined their own meaning of what words means. Right.
Which usually takes you to the 5 pillars, which is kind of like a rule which was created by Bukhari, which obviously and it kind of like makes you ignore the fact that it's based on good actions, like, for example, the verse that I quoted, Quran 2:177. It's based on good character, keeping your promise, helping the one who asks, the family member
Yeah,
who's in
but you
need.
see,
Mm.
2177 that you're quoting is solely
Mm.
based on righteousness. Righteousness is
Mm.
way beyond calling yourself a believer.
Could you
Right?
please look at that translation? Because some people do quote righteousness is, and then they carry on. And then other translations I've seen write a believer is. So I'm not quite sure,
No,
obviously,
no.
because I don't.
The word birri or birra is not believer. It's a
Mm,
righteousness. It's righteous. And the
mm,
birra, I give an example. God used a similar word in Quran chapter 3, verse 90. Let me see. Quran chapter 3, verse 92.
mm,
And God spoke about righteousness, that you can never attain you will never attain righteousness. So I'm going to put it on the screen.
mm.
Why righteousness is very, very important, right? So let me put it on the screen so people will understand what I'm saying. So in Quran chapter 3, verse 92, where God says, "Lan tanalul birra," He used the word birra. Hatta tunfiku mimma tuhibbun. So he says, you will never attain righteousness. This al-birra is what I want you to see, righteousness. He says, you will never, he used the word lan, never. You will never attain righteousness until you disperse, meaning you spend in terms of charity from what you love.
So would you agree that this could act like a list of prerequisites to become a believer?
Being a believer is a different terrain to that. Being a believer meaning to put your trust in something, that because you have your trust in something, you act in accordance with the trust you have.
So do you not agree that righteousness means that you've actually become successful in, like, succeeding in the whole message?
It's an action. It's no more about belief again. Righteousness is action. You have to act. Righteousness is not about I believe I'm righteous. No. You see the difference?
Okay, well, my main point of focus was just kind of like trying to analyze the effect, the impact of using English words when speaking English or German words when speaking German in the entirety, so that the word is actually delivered in its entirety. And I think that would make a major impact, and even in our own minds would open up thought pathways for us to even reach the next level, to realize that, hold on a minute, this is a book that's for the whole of mankind, and as long as they are completing certain conditions in the eyes of God, they're accepted as a believer, on, you know, and maybe even heaven as well. So I think it's a really, really important topic, and I really think it's worthy of just some analysis and focus.
Oh yeah, of course. It is an important topic, but depending on who is speaking about it and who is listening. So it's about the audience and who is giving the talk, because perspective is key when it comes to knowledge. And knowledge is not just about what you assume or think. It's about what you can give people to make a reference point of. Go and verify.
Would you, no, I totally agree. Would you agree that if that the only way a message can be delivered in another language reasonably is by translating all of the words in their entirety?
Sometimes the translator can be biased. Sometimes there is some bias. There could be bias on the end of the translator. The reason is, and this is why it is good to show people where a word is coming from, right? So that you leave room for people to try to understand it in different angles, right? I'm going to say something right now. You tell me what you understand from it. Tell me your perspective of the thing I'm going to say right now. I have my own perspective, but I'm going to say something. You check what I'm going to do right now. So let's say I just brought this bottle of water. I just brought it to the table. Then I got up. You can see it, right? Then I got up and went to the washroom. So when I just came back, let me use food. Let me not use this. I'm going to use food instead. So I bring food and I put it on this table. Then I go to the washroom and come back, and my food is not here. Then I said, WTF. WTF. From your perspective, what do you think I said?
Obviously, I know what you said. Oh, I would immediately go to my understanding as somebody who lives in the UK, and you know what that would be.
Is it a swear word?
Of course.
Okay, but that's not what I mean.
Okay.
Somebody
Is it? Does it have a? Does it? So it has a different meaning. So it has a different meaning in your culture. Is that what you're saying?
No, not my culture. It has nothing to do with culture. The reason why I want you to understand why perspective work in knowledge, when you are trying to present a certain understanding to a word or a particular subject, people will eventually bring their own perspective to it. The answer is on the screen. Did you see what somebody write? The Cyrus Black?
I didn't.
Black. Okay, you cannot see the screen. It says, where is the food? You see, WTF. But if you think about it, that what the F, yes, it still makes sense, but that's not what is intended. You see, but the actually intention, that's why, look, I gave you the clue. That's why I used food. I said food. I initially tricked by mentioning the bottle. Then I said, okay, let me not use the bottle. Let me use food instead. So I used food. Then I said, I went to the washroom. I came back. My food is gone. But because I said it's gone, you are paying attention to the surprise end of the statement instead of the subject matter. So when you paid attention to the surprise, you thought I was going to say, what the F?
Okay, whereby, but I'm asking.
Whereby I'm dealing with the subject matter, which is the food. Not the surprise, but the food. So where is the food? So it goes the same when you're dealing with a manuscript. You put in the text, people from Germany will have a perspective to the what is being said, their own perspective to the word.
But surely when translating the word Islam or Muslim in German, it would have the equivalent. So again, it would have the same impact, which would again be the perception that they would not hear the word Islam or Muslim, which would take their perceptions based on what they've been taught to a certain direction. But if that was then translated to those who submit to God, or I am one who submits to God, then it leads to a different direction, which the person would then ask, how do I submit? And this is the point. And this is the point that I'm making. Yeah,
I get your point.
Because obviously I want to see I want to see this, book adopted correctly. And obviously it's been used by the wrong people and they lie. And it's not a great thing to do. So when I start looking, and obviously you guys and so many other people have now been guided by Allah. The more you look at it, you start to kind of unpack the kind of like tricks that they've played. And I do believe that this is one of the tricks, which is why I thought I'd bring it to your attention. That's all. And I hope it's something.
I understand what you mean. But in a summary, it's just that for instance, I have people trying to translate the Quran from different languages by using my version of translation. The reason why is sometimes you have to look for a language which is nearly suitable to your language. Sometimes there are other languages, when you want to translate a direct statement from another language, it doesn't fit.
The words don't exist, and
exactly. So you have to take a nearest language which has actually broken the word piece into like down in a more suitable manner. Then now you can now translate it to the other language. Then it will give the essence of the word. So this is where language becomes a bit complicated, and this is why translation is not only done by translation. You have to understand how interpretation works. right?
Mm.
So interpretation plays a major role. For instance, in Finland, they call the guinea, there's this thing they call guinea pig, right? Guinea pig. If you take guinea and you take pig, in Finnish language, they call it sika, or they call it the porsu, or they call it, they have names for the pig. But now, guinea pig is two words. It's not just one word. Right? That the animal guinea pig, right? So guinea pig, they join two words together, guinea pig. But in Finnish, they have a name for it, marsu. They have a name they call the guinea pig, right? So now, if you take that guinea pig in Finnish language, in English language, and you just want to translate it directly to Finnish language without understanding the interpretation of the guinea pig, you might end up translating guinea and then pig into Finnish language, and then the Finn will not know what you're saying.
Okay, so then how do we tackle this problem then, whereby the word Muslim and the word Islam is commonly connected to a sect, and it kind of is attached to that, where it can only be achieved like that, the way they got it, is by using these Arabic words. And that's my problem. That's my problem.
My version of translation, I've solved that issue. I don't know if you have watched my translation.
I do apologize. This is not a criticism of yourself. Honestly, I watch as much as you as possible. This is not a criticism in any shape or form. This is literally just okay. Baba Shoaib's on. Let's see if we can get through and just bring something to your attention.
No, I understand. I understand. Yeah. Don't worry.
All, yeah.
I'm not taking any offense to this, but I'm saying I have a translation, thegreatkoran.com. You can check it out. I actually dealt with this issue. It's when you check in my translation, it's on the website, thegreatkoran.com with a K. Just check it.
Nice.
And you see that Muslim has been translated as a submitter, right? Not left as a Muslim. No.
Amazing.
So Muslim is an Arabic word, right? And Islam has been translated as submission. So when you look at it from that neutral stance, you get to understand that it's more complex than the way they are trying to make it one way. You get the point.
Absolutely, and I think when you've done that, you've done a better job, and I think the people who will read that will have a better impact. It's quite obvious, like the different sort of paths that would get taken. For example, somebody who doesn't know you, has never watched and listened to any of these podcasts, was to pick up your book tomorrow, they would have a much better chance at being guided than some words.
I have a book called Refer to the Quran. It's there online. Refer to the Quran. And for people who have my correctional officer number, this phone number you see on the screen, anybody who reaches out to me, I can give them the PDF version for free. The book is out there. People can grab the copy. It's on Amazon. It's on Google Play Play Books. Yeah. But anyways, thank you, Malik. Let me give other people the chance to contribute on the program. I appreciate
Thank you so much. And I just want to say, if that's the case, then it's a very good Quran to give out to people who are not who don't know the true path. So yeah, well done. Great work.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Take care. Take care. Bye bye.
Yes,
bye bye.
Peace. Yes, salam. Is it Ibu or Abu or? Are you here, Ibu? Ibu, are you here? Hello? Hello? Are you here, brother? Ibu?
Yes, can you hear me?
Can you speak up? Well, I think your voice is a little backwards. Can you speak up a bit louder?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I don't know if the audience can hear you. Guys, can you hear him?
I'm sorry, I'm driving, that's why.
You're driving. Are you?
Yeah.
You don't have Bluetooth?
Let me see. Let me see if it will work.
If you have Bluetooth, then the sound will come clear enough. But without the Bluetooth, okay, they say they can hear you. Okay, let me increase the volume. You can speak up for now. Speak. Ibu. Ibu. Okay, he stepped down. Yeah, salam to you, Umar.
Salam, brother Baba Shoaib. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, brother. How about you?
Alhamdulillah, very well. I just had a quick question. I don't want to take up too much time.
Yeah.
In Surah Nisa, ayah 15, it says that the punishment for fahisha, if a woman commits that and there are 4 witnesses to testify against her, she should be in house arrest until death overcomes her, or if Allah finds another way for her. And then in ayah 25, it says that the slave gets half the punishment of a free woman. How would she get half the punishment of life in prison?
Quran chapter 4 verse 25 is not actually talking about a slave, by the way. I did a video on that. I gave the breakdown on that. It's a young believing woman, but not necessarily a slave, whom the oath possesses, but not a slave. And Quran chapter 4 verse 15, talking about when these ladies commit the fahisha, the punishment which needs to be done has already been stipulated in Quran chapter 24 verse 2 to verse 4 concerning the zina and so on. The same punishment can be applied. But staying in the home, it is not necessarily saying like, of course, we can take it as a house arrest, but not necessarily like a house arrest, because if she wants to go out of the marriage, she's free to go. I did a video on that also.
Okay.
If you want to understand better, let me read this verse. Quran chapter 65. In Quran chapter 65 verse 1, check what God says to the prophet concerning women who are found in that circumstance. God says, "Oh, you prophet, when you divorce the women, then divorce them by their period and count the period and beware of God your Lord." Then he says, "Do not expel them from their homes, nor shall they leave unless they have committed a proven what? Fahisha."
What is that? Okay.
Do you see the verse?
Yes.
Yes. Unless, he says, do not expel them from their homes, nor shall they leave unless they have committed a proven fahisha. These are the limits of God. And whoever trespasses the limits of God, then he has wronged his soul. You do not know, perhaps God will bring about a matter after that. So the woman who is at home doesn't necessitate that she's under arrest, house arrest, so she will be there till she dies. No, if she decides the marriage has ended, I don't want to be in this marriage again, then she's free to go.
Okay. And
Yes,
that doesn't contradict 415, where if she commits fahisha, she used to remain in the house. But now in 65, verse 1, you're saying that if she commits a fahisha, she needs to leave the home.
That's why I said watch my video on that. I have a video on that, but let me answer you so that you get the clarity. It's not a contradiction. Let me show you why it's not a contradiction. So I put it on the screen. As for those who commit obscenity among your women, hence 4 of you shall testify against them. That if they testify, then restrain them in the houses until death takes them away. Then he brings another option.
Okay.
Do you see the other option?
The other option, yes.
Or God makes a way for them.
What is that way?
That is the other way I just told you.
That if they want to leave.
Thank you. If they want to leave the marriage, allow them to go.
Got it. Shukran. Jazakallah khair. May Allah bless you.
Exactly. Thank you. So is that all your questions, or you have another question?
That's all I had. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Peace. So let's bring Feed Me More.
Hi, hello.
Hey. Feed Me More. Hey. Where are you calling from, by the way?
So I am calling from Portugal.
Uh-huh. Your name is what?
Also, my name is Asante.
Asante. Are you from East Africa or from Ghana?
I am of Ghanaian descent, but I was born in Portugal.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay. Nice to meet you. I'm your Ghanaian brother. Yes.
Yes, I have a question because I find it quite concerning that you are Muslim and you are Ghanaian. Why? I don't understand.
Being a Ghanaian is nationality. Being a Muslim is about faith, and faith is a choice. You choose the kind of faith you want to follow. So being a Ghanaian, I don't choose that. I was born a Ghanaian, so I didn't choose that, right? So that is a different thing altogether from faith. So being a Muslim has to do with God.
But in Ghana we have Christianity. Why Islam? Why?
Ghana is not a Christian nation. Ghana has Christians and Ghana has Muslims and Ghana has traditionalists.
But brother, if you look at our neighboring country, Nigeria, this religion has caused a lot of problems for that country, and now you want to spread to Ghana. This is not good. I not like this.
Well, no problem. That's your opinion. You are free to give your opinion. It doesn't matter.
Why we were slaves by the Arabs? You know this, right?
You and who were slaves? You and who?
We the West Africans were.
Are you aware that the Portuguese people enslaved you also?
The Portuguese people?
Yeah, they came to Ghana to enslave people. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I am aware. Yes.
Thank you. Are you aware that British people also enslaved people in Ghana?
Yes, I am aware of that.
So it's nothing new. So, and being enslaved, even till today, some people are being enslaved in the world, even today.
But when you try to a black man try to be Muslim and he tries to find a wife, they not accept because black.
But if we trust our own women, why can't we marry our own women? Why do you want to go and marry in somebody's culture?
Because your religion teach that every human is equal. So why not marry?
No, not in that sense. Nowhere does the Quran says every human being is equal. In which sense?
In terms of like the race and nationality.
Race and nationality?
Yes, in the Quran it says.
No, God says He created us different tribes and race, so that we can recognize each other. But it doesn't say we are equal.
So in Quran and Hadith, it say you must stick with your own race, right?
In the what?
In the Quran or Hadith.
In the Quran, it doesn't say that.
Oh, but I thought that's what you said.
I said what?
You said if Muslim, Ghanaian Muslim must stick with his own race, own tribe.
Where does it say that?
I thought you said that.
No, when did I say? I said, listen, if you are okay with your own people, why will you go marrying other people?
Maybe because I have free will.
You have free will, fine. Then if you go to other person, they don't want to give you, what is the problem?
What the problem with this is the reason behind it, because in Arab culture the black is not good in.
Okay, so now you are talking about the Arabs now. You're not talking about Islam then.
But Islam come from Arab.
No, it doesn't. Islam come from God.
But the Quran is in Arabic language.
Yes, it doesn't matter. Something being in the language does not necessitate that it belongs to the people. Right now, Ghana, what language does Ghana speak? What is the official language of Ghana?
English.
Are Ghanaians British people?
No, we are not.
So does that mean, since Ghana's constitution is written in English language, does it mean it is meant for the British people? No. Do you get my point?
Yes, I get
so
you.
just because Quran is in Arabic doesn't mean it is for the Arabs. No. Today we are speaking English because English is universal language. You are in Portugal now, but we are speaking English because it's a world language. So we can be speaking. At the time the Quran was revealed in the 7th century, Arab was the most dominated language in the world at that time. Arabic.
So you're not experiencing racism, racist from Arab.
No, Islam. No, look, differentiate the notion of Arabism with Islam. Islam has nothing to do with Arabs. This is what I want you to understand.
Okay, so Islam and Arab are two separate.
Thank you. Arab, there's a tribe. These are you're talking about a lineage, a tribe. This is Arabism. Then when we are talking about Islam, we are talking about a religion. Religion and then the tribe are not the same.
Oh, okay, because I asked this because I see so many people they say Muslim is racist.
Oh no, it's not. It's look, Quran, throughout Quran, God does not choose a color over any color. Doesn't say white people are better than black, black are better than white. Nowhere does God talk about color being superior to another color. No. But however, racism is invented by people. We invent racism.
So then there is not a hadith which is racist, or?
Oh, forget about hadith. They are garbage books. They are not from God. They are not part of Islam.
Also, you not follow hadith.
No. I don't follow garbages. No.
So you only follow Quran.
That's the book of God.
But not because I met some Muslim. They say you must follow hadith as well, or it is not correct.
They are mushriks. They are not Muslims.
So how many times you pray a day?
No, I don't like the conversation where we are going. Now it's like you are going to do interview.
Okay, but I'm still so shocked. I never in my life see a Ghanaian Muslim in my entire life. I never see this. Every Ghana I see is Christian.
This is your first time. Thank God now you have seen me. At least I'll be in the Guinness Book of Record. At least, right?
Yes, I very shocked.
Thank you, my brother Asante. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let me give other people a chance. I appreciate your presence. Keep on watching so that you get to know me more. Thank you. So guys, I think I need to go now. I need to go to TikTok and continue with my other section. I need to go to TikTok. Hey, Abdul Ghani. There is this guy in the comment section on TikTok. This is the guy, Abdul Ghani. I'll be pasting your video this week. This is the guy, when I asked him to read a Quranic verse, he said he's going to do ablution. And he's looking for his glasses. And he's looking for his mushaf. And it took him about 1 hour to read just one verse in the Quran. That guy is in the comment section. He says, no, get out of here. No, you are on my page. Come on, don't do that. I'm in my room and you're on my page. You are telling me get out of here. Is TikTok for your father? Or is this space for your father or what? Do you see me see trouble? Why are these people, when the hadith mess up your head, you want to just bring the violence everywhere? My elder Faisal Rabi, greetings to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to bounce off from here. I'm going to TikTok. Kindly join me there. Let's have fun. I've done 3 hours, almost 3 hours. That's too much. So let me go and get some rest on TikTok now before I end the program. So I appreciate your presence. Thank you for the support. Thank you for staying tuned. There's no need for any hadith. Yes, there is no need for any hadith collections in Islam. Yes, we don't need that. We don't need these comedy books. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Sister Ram, thank you very much. Bilal Jibril, I see you. Sister JS, I see you. Jack Sparrow, thank you. Quran alone is the truth here. I always show up at the end. You can do this. This laughing emoji is a killer one. Let me see. He is not even mushrik, but questions the Quran alone. Pray. Yes, exactly. He's questioning. I don't understand why he's asking how many times do I pray. DTX, peace to you. Yes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see. Hey guys, please. Salam from Philippines. Yes. Salamat. Chase Scott. Let me see. Oh, NASA, you asked a question earlier. Let me see. Did I see? Oh, you said you wanted to call on my live stream, right? NASA, you say I want to speak to Mr. Can you call now? NASA, if you're here, just call before I go. I'm going to TikTok. NASA, please, can you call? Anyways, yeah, thank you very much, Liman Imran. I appreciate that. Thank you. God bless you. Guinness Book World Record. No, I have to be put there. You understand? The first Ghanaian Muslim. I've set a record. At least. This is called overtaking. Yeah, okay. NASA, if you cannot call now, I'm going to TikTok. If you want to join on TikTok, you're welcome, right? Niqab is for and Salafism in the majority. Yes, thank you very much, Liman Imran. Thank you. I like that. Guys, this is where I bring the topic to an end. I'm going to TikTok now. Kindly join me if you have a TikTok account. Join me there. Let's continue. And I'm sure the mushriks will be joining, right? Please join me. They will be joining. As soon as I get an opponent, you will see them trooping to my page. So, yes. Sharif Karim says, nice Hawaiian shirt. By the way, is it a tsunami alert for US and people in Japan and so on? May God keep all the believers from every location safe, inshallah. Because God made a promise, he's going to save the believers no matter what happens in their situations, right? Make sure no calamity befalls them. And inshallah, you are going to be safe, right? But away with the mushriks, we don't need them. The garbage book followers, away with them. We don't need them. They are causing too much fitna on earth. All right, so thank you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Asad B4Gs. Yes, I'll respond to your message, inshallah. Thanks. JS, thank you very much. I'll get back to you. Abu Thomas, thank you very much. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I bring the topic to an end till we meet again, hopefully next week. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to come on TikTok last Saturday, right? I was not able to come. Unfortunately, I was tired again on that day. So hopefully next Saturday, you might get to see me online, right? So I appreciate your support. God bless you all. Till we meet you again next week, right? So this is why I say peace be to you all. One love. Join me on TikTok to have fun. Always give them a reason to remember your name. The correctional officer.